I am a Giami man. I was born for greatness. My greatness comes from my potent center. I pledge to find and connect with my center. I pledge to build my spirit, mind, and body. I pledge to use my hands to build a better world for myself, my loved ones, and my community. I pledge to use my mind to think deeper, further, and higher to create a better reality for myself. I pledge to live my life and go beyond all my self-imposed limitations. I pledge to promote the principles of the Giami warriors and to assist all those who are seeking the path to success. I pledge all these things first to myself, my teachers, to all my relations, and to my higher power. I am Giami. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.
Could have saved more if they knew they were slaves, but they're true to their ways. Could have saved more if they knew they were slaves and truly engaged.
Africans, what are Africans? Geniuses. What are we? Africans. What are Africans? Geniuses. Gods and goddesses of the universe, kings and queens of the planet Earth. What are we? Africans.
Think about a quick question too. It
Go
can
ahead.
be on the record, off the record. It can be on the record. I heard Bob Johnson said he's talking to the higher powers, I guess the government, about our reparations. And I guess the numbers that they come up with were about 3. Name is Saul here in Ngozi, Northern Light Shopping Center. You want more than just a nice cut? Good conversation, good vibe, good music. Come see me at 3512 Cleveland.
I am a genius. My ancestors were geniuses. My ancestors have made me a genius in all that I think, say, and do. I must declare myself a genius. I am a genius. Whenever I am myself, I practice my geniusness and do great things. All my thoughts, choices, and deeds must express my geniusness.
I am a genius. My decisions must always be in the best interest of myself, my family, my people, and my God. Only then will I and everyone I know that I am a genius.
I am a genius. At all times, my geniusness must reflect my culture. My geniusness must serve my God. My geniusness must make me be one in love and harmony with my family. My geniusness must protect my people. Yes, at all times I must demonstrate excellence because I am a genius.
The African Heritage Diet consists of 6 lessons. Lessons where we reach back to our African heritage to find culturally appropriate spirits. Lesson 1 is herbs and spices. Lesson 2 are greens. Greens is the widest part in the base of the African Heritage Diet food pyramid. So many green should be consumed. And as you move up the pyramid, those are the things that you consume in lesser proportionate amounts. Whole grains, lesson 3. Beans and rice, lesson 4. Tubers and mashes, lesson 5. Lesson 6. Fruits, vegetables, and a healthy lifestyle.
Women, but the most important goddesses were black, not just for the African now, in the civilization of the Greek. The Greek was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of chastity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva. The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of the Greeks in the Odyssey. The woman who draws, who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her, is Circe, who is represented as a black woman with African features on the Greek vases. The woman who helps Jason win the golden fleece is a black woman, Medea. The woman who marries Perseus, the Greek hero, is
to have melanin embedded in our skin is a gift.
Oh my gosh, when I say too black, you say too strong. Too black, too strong? Yeah.
We were born to be great.
Oh my gosh, when I say too black, you say too strong. Too black.
Shots out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Take a breath, take your breath. Now, grab your glass for some water. Grab your glass. Lift your pitcher of that water. Or bottle. Get that pitcher of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water. Move your body. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body. Move your body and drink some water. Bam. Just move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Or should I say, move, then drink. Move your body. Move your body. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Or should I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Lift and pour yourself some water. Pour. Move your body, drink some water. Move it. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But remember to stay healthy. Remember the four pillars. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink half your weight in ounces. Eat a culturally appropriate diet. Behave. Take your breath. Come on. Lift and pour. You can do it. Move your body. Come on. Come on. Toast your ancestors. Drink up. Come on. Drink it. Drink it. Drink it. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Drink it. Lift it. Drink it. Come on. Drink that health in. Drink. 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 Drink your water. Take your breath. Take your breath. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Lift it. Move your body. Come on. Come on. Toast your ancestors. Drink. 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 Drink your water. Drink. 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 Come on. Come on. Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Come on, pour it. Move your body. Move. Move. Toast your ancestors. Drink. 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 What? Drink your water. Drink. 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 Drink your water. Great day, family. Yo, this is Brother Hot Tim, and I forgot to turn on the speaker station. Shame on me. Lord have mercy, I forgot to turn on Spreaker. I apologize to the speaker fam. I apologize to you profusely. I'm begging for your forgiveness. Not only did I run out on you yesterday, I had to forget to let them hear the toast as well as the Ujima pledge this morning. Did y'all hear that, family? It is going to be a great day. I am feeling a whole lot better. I'm getting back up to my fighting weight. I'm getting those muscles that the hustle built back. Oh man, I'm coming back. This morning, I had this Thai. What is it called, Cleve? The soup Thai. It's called. It's a broth. Thai coconut broth. Oh, we ain't giving them no free commercial. Thai coconut broth. That. Oh Lord. Did you like it, Cleve? I mean, it got a, it's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So coming off the fast, I'm getting my body adjusted to food. And y'all know those that's been with us for I think I've been doing this 2 years, maybe 3 years. I like fermented eggs. So rather than fermented eggs right now because I'm moving, when I bought some fermented beet eggs and some fermented jalapeno eggs. So I'm just like, I can't wait to go on, and not that I'm gonna break my fast with that, but it's certain food. I'm kind of surprised I ain't baking right now. You know what I'm saying? Because but if I did the whole thing in water, by now I would be starving, and I would be coming up with some very, very creative food ideas that I be trying to experiment on my kids. I remember one time I did pizza from scratch. I made the dough. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I made the sauce, but I was damn near about to make the sauce. But you get, you know what I'm saying, when you deprive yourself of certain things, you get very, very, very resourceful and very creative. And I'm very thankful for this time, right? Because, you know, it's like certain realizations come, and it's like, because like one of the realizations that's going to really start us upsetting a lot of people, right? We've been selling our culture short. You know, we struggle, we hustle, and we give it away. You know, because we want everybody to be experience it, right? But what happens is that I believe that our culture becomes, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like Groucho Marx used to have a joke where he said, any club that would have me as a member, I don't want to belong to, right? You know what I'm saying? And it's sort of like we saying everybody can come, everybody belong, everybody, we all black, we all in this, blah, blah, blah. And in doing that, right, and opening it up and getting out here and busting our asses and making sure that everybody can participate, you know what I'm saying, and make sure that everybody can get their hands on the information and to make sure that everybody, you know what I'm saying, it kind of cheapens what we doing. You know what I'm saying? Not that it's cheap, but it's like, where's the, you know what I'm saying? Because at one point in time, in order to get any type of information, like some of these books was expensive as hell, right? I mean, it was certain books. It was certain books at Ohio State, like you couldn't even take out. So you had to find ways of getting copies. Max never had a problem with that. Inside joke. The Max never had a problem with that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, it was hard to be a part. It was hard to get hold of the books, and it was like you wanted everybody to know, so you got the information to everybody. And now it's like we saturated the market. What I am going to be tempted to do, and I'm going to have to talk to the tribe, and of course I'm going to speak to some of my elders, but we're going to start repricing some of this shit. Now the membership, the supporters, I'm going to keep the supporters where it is, and I'm going to keep the deal that I have with my supporters the same. But I'm starting to look at some of the information that we have. Like I'm reading my old book, Players Pyramid. I'm like, because I took that off the market. You know what I'm saying? Except for in a digital format. I'm sitting up here like, hardback. I was charging too cheap. I'm looking at the Warrior's Handbook, right? Making it too cheap. You know what I'm saying? Any club that I could be part of, I don't want to be a member of. You know what I'm saying? We got to give people something to reach for. I give them something to reach for, right? You know what I'm saying? So that, it's like and it's like, and I know everybody don't agree with me. But, one of the things, because I was listening to some young entrepreneurs, and this is what brought this on. These young entrepreneurs, all like in their 30s. One of them you probably heard of is the brother. He's very popular. He got like 500,000 followers on Instagram. He made a board game, and he sold like $900,000 worth of the board games before he even had the damn board game made. Right? And the board games are expensive, right? But he like, because I'm giving you quality. I'm giving you value. I'm giving you quality. I'm giving you value. You know what I'm saying? So people, you know what I'm saying? People responded. And he did like, he sold 900. You know, he's still selling the board game. But these young men, they were inspired by Nipsey Hussle. Now, Nipsey Hussle's claim to fame was, you know, in the beginning, he did a mixtape where he put out a limited amount of CDs and charged $100 a piece. So if you wanted his CD, you had to pay $100. Just a CD. It's just a CD. Mixtape. Shit, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm listening to this, and I said, damn. I see. I understand. See, because he sold less, but made more. But the people that really bought it knowing that not only were they getting this piece of art, but it was exclusive to them, because everybody wasn't going to get that. And you ain't going to just loan out your CD that you paid $100 for. And those that was willing to pay $100 for it were really, really willing to rock with him. Right? They were really, so let's say I only put out 100. I sell 90. But somebody on the line, who on the line before because we having this conversation before we do the toast. Who this?
It's Shaka.
Go ahead. What's going on?
Well, you know, from 2002, 2012, I didn't clock in to nobody, but I did sell my music in a very exclusive way. And I did in such a way where the people that got it, I knew that when I gave them the CD, that it's the experience that they look back on. You were there when I invented the dime bag of soul. And for a whole decade, the dime bag of soul every year changed into, or morphed a little bit, and it had like all the same essential songs, maybe different developments or different performances of it. And every year, the mixtape evolved. And so I retired it in 2012 because I had set forth an expectation that after 2012 that I would have available to the public what I wanted to have available to the public, and they would know, or they would have experienced an evolution in my music to pay attention. And it's 12 o'clock. Right on.
All right. So I'm just saying. So now today, we're going to take a look at this Breathe Act. I'm going to sit on here and rap the tapes with y'all for a little while, but I got to do some more moving because I go back to my adventure tomorrow. I thought I went on Umoja, but I go back tomorrow. And I got a lot of work to do. Got a lot of work. But it's a labor of love. And
what's your back like in your head? What do your background singers look like, Hot Tim? Because your background singers got to look like fantastic. Because when it like the whole thing come out, like it's very artistic. Go ahead.
I ain't want to describe them. I'm just thinking about the tryout line right now, my brother. I can't. Plus my wife upstairs. I ain't gonna talk about no backup singers. You know what I'm saying? But they look paid. Let me say that. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, family, because I want y'all to understand that I'm very serious about this whole idea about us having full-time
representatives of our community working on our behalf. That's one of the reasons I want to do. That's one of the reasons we start leaning towards the media piece. One, because we know there's information that you need to get, but also we want to make sure that we are able to filter it for you in a way that you could use. There's no reason why we can't have somebody in every city we are at, or every city we got a representative. There's no reason we can't have young people going to the city council and taking notes, to the city council meetings and taking notes, and being able to come back and report digitally to the family. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason we can't do that. There's no reason why we can't have individuals that are able to set up trainings and set up workshops full time. This is all they do. There's no reason why we can't have people doing national and international newsletters. Why? Because that's all they do. And we can expect top quality from them. But we can't continue moving towards and talking about liberation, but not liberating anybody. Some of us got to be free enough so that we can have representatives of our group actually working towards our good. It bothers me that every time I look up somebody that is representing another organization that's being funded outside of our community is talking for us. In Columbus, Tawi and Ujima is about to develop, and any other tribes that's with us, that's in his lineage, as Shaka like to use that term. I like that term. That's in his lineage. Any other tribe that's in his lineage, right? This bloodline, it's going to start developing a goddamn voice for political and economic issues that are facing our community. Because we can no longer afford to be quiet. We can't afford it. It's too expensive.
You know, Tim,
go ahead.
What you are talking about establishing is really the responsibility of here in Cleveland. They're called CDCs, Community Development. I want to say center, all right, for lack of a better, but they govern all the properties within certain neighborhoods. So the CDC that deals with Buckeye Shaker or Buckeye Larchmere, they also deal with like 7 other neighborhoods. And with that, you know, there's monies that are delegated to them for the development of those communities and those in those community activities. So the piece is that these are the types of conversations that I'm in all the time with the CDCs that are working with Neighborhood Connections that was kind of umbrellaed under Cleveland Foundation. So you see in Columbus, you got a lot more. You got a different infrastructure there, and it's a better one for the artist community. All right, because within that, when you look at where the monies go from the National Endowment for the Arts, which right now even includes STEM-based projects. Tim, right now, your family could be getting grants for rapid response in community for COVID-19 projects. Like right now, the piece that I got that I'm struggling to find the manpower, or it's not really the manpower because it's an artist thing. So if it takes forever to do because it's just me and 2 more, then so be it. But the RBG post is an idea to create sacred spaces in public places where people can relax, breathe, and graze. So having the microgreens grow out of public art, having the alkaline foods grow out of the public art, where people can talk and educate each other on different ways to utilize these roots, these herbs. And because it's coming from an artist like myself, you know, there's going to be a heck of a lot of scripture that is available for those who stop there for peace, for resolve. So all the steps that lead. We talk about the process. So there would be a different process on every single RBG post to be able to, on an exponential plane, change the behavior of a community that more so
bringing this other stuff out. I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm listening.
that shows the distinguished behavior of the tribes that produce it. So you see what I'm saying? Like, we might have unity circles around these RBG posts. You know what I mean? And pour libations on the plants, right? We may not. But the piece is we as a tribe get the opportunity to name the behavior and to be able to, if our art can cause a community to change a behavior, then we've done our part.
Now, that's not what I'm talking about, but I hear you. That's not what I'm talking about. Because one of the first things you said was funded. You know what I'm saying? Funding or grants or whatever. Now, that could be something that other groups. What I'm talking about is that right now, as much as I've been working in this community and watching in this community and other communities, there is more than enough of us to scrape up pennies, dimes, nickels, quarters, dollars, and hire individuals within our community to do some stuff. I know we don't got a lot of money. I'm not on that illusion. I'm not on that illusion. What I'm saying is there's enough of us with a little bit of something to be able in our tribe. And let me speak specifically here in Columbus. You know what I'm saying? There's more than enough people here in Columbus that are supposedly conscious, right? To go and basically hire somebody and pay them on a monthly basis from the community. I won't see, because part of the issue is we need individuals to understand that their food is being provided by the community that they serve. See, that's one of the issues that we have, because we have a lot of spokespeople, but these spokespeople are not eating from our table.
And I guess that's the confusing part. Since you want to leave it on the Columbus piece, it's like, why isn't the Urban League that? Why isn't on a grassroots level?
I'm not even engaging in that conversation, because the whole piece is the Urban League is not. The NAACP is not. I hear you. They're not. So why even have that conversation? But I am in a family called Tawi. I am a family called Ujima, right? You know what I'm saying? There are other families like this all throughout this city, right? That can go and formulate and do something. Stop complaining about the shit that, of course we're going to complain about it, because I'm going to do that. I'll probably be complaining about that shit tomorrow. But the point I'm trying to make is we could do something. And in many cases, I have to start shutting up, because we're sitting in positions where we are able to do some stuff, right? But we don't got nobody on it 24/7, so it ain't gonna get done right. It's time for that shit to stop. I can't. But you
know what it is though, Hatem?
Go ahead. What is it?
We got some major reconstruction to do, and when it comes down to those who, it be people that's willing to do the work. Bam, we step up, ready to get the job done. What ended up happening? Hold on, let us see what our pockets look like, right? And then what happened is that you trying to pay an architect, a handyman. You see what I'm saying? It's like he just doing like some patchwork or something, and it's a whole reconstruction that need to happen. And I see that analogy happening way too often. It's like we got high ideas, but when it comes to actually putting any reasonable budget together to phase it out or anything, it's just we become exhausted in the process, and it never happens.
Well, what we doing here right now, we have a support, tribal support. Right now, we are up to 20 people. Now, What happens when we move to 100 people? What happens when we move to 500 people? No, that's possible. What happens? What happens at 1,000 people? You understand what I'm saying? Because and let's say out of that 1,000, 1,000 of the 5,000 is from Columbus. That means that we could put boots on the ground at Columbus. We got part of that let's just say it's 1,000. 1,000 people paying $10 a month. That's $10,000. That's at least 5,000. At least 5,000. Let's say 4. At least 4,000 per month that can be distributed and paid to either a full-time worker or a couple of part-time workers. Now I left the other out so that we can have so that we can still do some of the stuff that we do. But the point I'm saying is, it's definitely possible, because if the Urban League got 1,000 people paying stuff, if the NAACP got 1,000 members and they paying stuff and they've been doing it for a long time, there's no reason which speaks up for you, which possibly could protect you. There's no reason why we can't do it. None. I ain't talking about no one person pulling out, And then also, let me say this too. A lot of times when we do try to hire some of our own people, it's almost like they gouging too. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's a double-edged process with that. Because yes, we got this much in the budget. Yep, I want that whole goddamn budget. What? How does that work? You know what I'm saying? You right. You the architect. You say you part of the community. This is what we got. I'm telling you what we got. I want it all. Fuck you. I can't do that. So we can't have it both ways. So and anybody else working for our community is going to have to understand that the standard of living that they're going to be able to do. Now you ain't going to be able to ball out and be driving a Cadillac and shit. You know what I'm saying? A Cadillac or a Lincoln truck or some shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? You're gonna have to adjust your lifestyle to where we are. And then you're gonna have to get in and you're gonna have to help it grow so that you can produce more income and show more value. And the more value and the more service that you are able to provide, the more money that the family can make, and the more money that the family can make, the more you can make, and the more help that you can get. Because we demonstrate a value. You know what I'm saying? I answer damn near almost all my calls. I answer almost all my calls. This is why sometimes when you call, I'm like, I can't do it right now. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, boom, I'm getting calls. People be needing help. People want advice and shit. I'm doing all that, right? We need somebody that can do that shit full time. We need
That's what I said.
We need a therapist. We need a therapist, a martial artist, a marksman. You know what I'm saying?
But here's the piece.
All rolled up into one.
Yep. So look, I think, like I said, man, if you're talking about defunding cops and things like that, you got to move from something into something better. And I think that every community needs to have a nominated Baba, for lack of a.
No, that's that. See, that shit would be dope, right? But like I said, the infrastructure. But before we could start, this the issue. We be trying to build nations and city-states on no base. You always need economics. You need some type of there has to be some type of economics so that the Baba could be Baba over something.
So that's what I'm saying, because here's the piece. Because right now, when you got Babas in the culture, you know what they're doing? The same thing we doing. Hustling to be able to maintain afloat. Right? And when I say hustling, I ain't talking about nothing. I don't know. Do what you got to do. You know what I mean? To make an income. Now, piece is though,
is that
You
you
gotta stop
take
saying
that.
that shit too. Stop saying that shit.
Right.
You gotta stop saying that shit. Cause everything is not all right. Fuck that. Don't do what you gotta do, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of y'all got twisted perceptions of what you got to do. All right, fuck that. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
So you move that individual into stabilization because you are paying a tribute because of what he does. Now he can think clearly because he's not dealing with the sickness of poverty.
There you go. There you go. That's all I'm talking about. Moving people into the state that we want to get to as a community. And because they are in that state, they can help guide the rest of the community into that state.
Mm-hmm.
They can speak up for us. They could find out information. They could let us know what's coming. They could protest for us. Or let us know when they need a mass amount of people. Or when we have events, they could bring mass amounts of people because this is all you're doing. So I can look at the fruits of your work. If we have a Malcolm X festival and 15 people show up. Wait, hold on, homie. You ain't going home. We about to have a council meeting because you might not have a home.
Right.
You understand that they're held directly responsible to that collective, to that community, to that base. You serve everybody, but you're being held directly responsible to the base that is providing you with the income. That's power.
And here's the thing, Tim. When it comes down to that, it's like right now, the universe has put me in a situation to be as much of that as possible. And in all my relations, it's just really a matter of perpetuating that behavior in each and every conversation, each and every action. You know what I mean? And then that's how the community becomes more receptive. And, so when you have a product base, a service base, it's not even a question because that I think what stabilizes the Baba is having a council that that maintains the tribute, if you will. Let's call it that, tribute. Because what I'm saying to you right now, like this, like let's say you were that Baba of this tribe, right? And there is right now a call from the general community, a call that solicits any endeavors that increases the quality of life of those dealing with this COVID-19 thing. So self-care being that, right? So you got people, Earth, that go into the self-care piece. You got yourself, you go into you got Terahasso. Now, here you go. You got a council of folk that realize they giving us or they making available $5,000 for rapid response for COVID-19 projects. We get the monies in 10 days, up to $5,000. Bam. Y'all got that going on. Make those engagements happen on the Zoom. You know what I mean? Cleve and see, here's the piece. With my RBG posts, artistically, they might look fascinating. Functionally, I'm not the green thumb dude. I'm doing that now. My porch is, I'm becoming more of a garden, but I really need the innovation behind the young minds that's doing it, like you talk about at the school. So if all it takes is for y'all to make one trip here and for us to create the functional aspect of a hydroponic microgreen situation, do that in a day, collect the monies, and you see how it works. It's like the general community will start feeding into what the tribe's major function is as a whole. And that's the way that community should be. That's what Cyrus wanted on Warriors before they killed him for it. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what it is. All he was saying is all the street gangs, listen, if we came together, we are the community. We are the city. So it's time for us to take it as one.
as one. The only way that on the most exponential level, it's going to happen. On this level of nation, I get where you come from. Of tribe, from tribe to nation, I totally understand it. I just feel like, and I see it in my head, what happens and what transforms in a place where you, especially us in a Black experience, not really knowing who is here to support us or who it is that's suppressing us by wasting our time, making us go through these little hoops and only to get a letter to be like, you didn't get it or you did get it, and there's some questions about how we gonna give it to you. No. Avaba don't need to be in none of those conversations. He needs to have a council that's aligning the resources with the services that come from this tribe and stimulating those to maintain, the economic wealth of that tribe. They are, like I said, there's so many products and services that come just out of that one tribe, but to be able to not just put it on the marketplace, but motivate them and close deals every day on them. That's the piece that we all could use. And all it is a management team, and that becomes symbiotic when you talk about percentages on closing the deal. We as artists, we as the presenters of that service or that product need to up our prices so that those commissions can happen and so that there is a shared incentive across the board.
We're going to get into this toast, and then we're going to discuss this belief act so that I could go on and get busy, because me and Cleve we gotta pack the TVs. So we're gonna need to get some bubble wrap. Why don't you take this box and see, take this box and see if both TVs will fit in there. I want to try to get. So we're gonna need bubble wrap, because one TV box is too damn expensive. It's ridiculous. How much? It's $30. So for a box, I ain't $30. But anyway, But hey, it's life here in America. But hey, family, we're about to go and do our toast. And from our toast, we are going to jump off into a continued conversation, of course, about nation building, but also I want to look at this Breathe Act. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if a lot of you heard about it. But, we got some legislation that is going to be presented pretty soon, and they got a draft, and I got a draft here. I was informed about it by my ADOS fam, so shouts out to the ADOS fam that constantly keeps me up on the news, man. So I want to look at this act. I watched the video, and in the video, we had, I heard the word reparation mentioned once. I want to see, because I don't want us to get caught in a trick bag once again. All right. We had somebody hung up. Who hung up the line? Somebody hung up the whole damn line. How you do that? When is my line? How dare you? But anyway, so I don't want us to get caught up in a trick bag. I want to see what's good in it. What language we might need to change. Is it something that we could work with? Is it something, is it worth all this effort that we putting forth? Because family, I want you to understand that this is bigger than just a criminal justice and a police brutality issue. Those are the right and left arm of white supremacy. Now you might be able to get rid of the arms, you know what I'm saying, or you might be able to tie the arms up for a little while. But we got to take care of the whole goddamn body. We still got to take the head. You know what I'm saying? We got to take the body. We got to take the legs. You know what I'm saying? So we can't be falling for the fuckery. Can't fall for the fuckery. Right? You know what I'm saying? So we don't want, you know what I'm saying? Because actually, if you look at if you look at ADOS 101 and you look at the reparations piece, there is some stuff in there about social justice. I think something about it's something definitely about dealing with the criminal justice system in there. But the piece is, you know what I'm saying, I don't want people to start thinking that our reparations is them defunding the goddamn police. Now I'm straightforward on that. You know, I'm willing to go negotiate on a lot, but that check is non-negotiable, right? I don't care if you break it up into 20-year pieces or 50-year. The check is non-negotiable, right? You know what I'm saying? There's a debt to be paid. And then also, something else that always bothers me about these things, and y'all know it, is when we get into the everyone or the universal language as we progress. So it'll start off Black Lives. And then by the time you get to the middle, it's Black and Brown. And then by the time you get to the end, it's everyone. I mean, this shit, I done seen this shit written over and over again, and if you do not believe me, watch it yourself. The conversation will start off, Black Lives Matter, and black, brown, black, brown, colored, black, color, brown, black, marginalized, black, color, people of brown, gay, black, maybe brown, everyone. That's how this shit it builds up, take you to the crescendos, then bring you back down to where we are. You know, and I'm like, nah, you can't do that, family. We can't allow that. We can't allow that to happen. Not on our watch, right? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? Because they might be able to get some of the kids with that shit. You know what I'm saying? But some of us been around long enough, and we know the flowery language. We know when the fuckery is afoot. Where you at? Where my fuckery alarm? I'm not saying that this bill may be, but we have to be aware. So we gonna hold on. Let's turn off the alarm. Maybe not the fuckery alarm. Maybe that's a little bit too much. But maybe. Okay, class, pay attention. There may be some fuckery creeping in the bushes. So we want to make sure that everyone stays safe and fuckery free. We want to make sure you don't get any bitchcraft spells put on you. So stay alert.
You are now listening on Radio.
Too black, too brown.
All right, family, for anybody new that's out there, if you have ancestors that you want to add to the list, by all means, as you see coming up behind me, I have two of our lists sitting right here behind me, and you know, we're gonna go. We read our ancestor list every day because we celebrate our ancestors, and we celebrate our relationship with our ancestors, and we know that our ancestors are still active parts of our lives, and they left us crystallized wisdom. It's just a matter of us getting that. It's a matter of us doing the work. You willing to do the work? I am. Lord have mercy. Yes, Lord. Lord have mercy. All right, but anyway, I digress and fantasize. Good God Almighty, I love a thick God. All right, but anyway. What ain't working? I was trying to take her necklaces apart. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the box. I'm sorry. But all right, here we go. So I'm minding my business. Back into my business. Here we go. Family. First off, what we want to do, we want to lift up our glass. We want to salute the creator by whatever name you choose to call that creator. We lift up our glass. We salute that creator. And guess what we say? That's right. We say the words of Ashe. You wasn't just doing the box thingy. No, I said we. I just want to see if it fits because we're going to have to get bubble wrap. Anyway, so family, also we want to lift up our glass. We want to salute our personal ancestors. We're going to salute our personal ancestors. All right, here we go. Go as far as I can. Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, Georgia William Walter, Christopher Fanny Gaston, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis, Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallar, Montague Pittman, Normal X, Pat Maya Ra, Malika Fakour, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusef Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss. I forgot where I was. Wow, I blanked out. I literally just totally blacked out. Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, Georgia William Walter, Christopher Fanny Gaston, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallar, Montague Pittman, Normal X, Pet Maya Ra, Malika Fakour, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusef Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pullian, the Luxter Brothers, Miss Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Patrick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Miss Lonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Chris Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renneman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Kevin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clayburg, Beatty, Sarah Weller, Vita Farmer, Ago Sosu, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn Deolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Nolly Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Jordan Thornton, Edgar Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy Seven Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Percy Moore, Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Heather Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hadley Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinera, Don Amatep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs, the second Pina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson, Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Dilly Monaries, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan, Dana Jones, Callahan. Dang! We made it all the way to the bottom. Give yourself a round of applause, Brother Hatim. Oh my God, I blacked out. I was about to start making up names. I'm like, oh, we made it. Man, all right. So now we got William Walter West, Nigella Parrish, Basiji Falani, Elder Basiji Falani. Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Denise Waters, DePretis Hines, Anna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Wilson Haley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Kevin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Either Cadney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Naylon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensenbaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word the First. Do it fit?
The big TV is a little bit too big for this, so you gotta force it in there. The little one ain't gonna go in there with it.
Okay, but it will, the big one will fit?
Yeah, if you force it, yeah.
Okay. Kaniko Parsons, Jason Cathy, Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, and Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Stacey Tribe, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, Dave Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson. Do we need bubble wrap and stuff? Or it won't fit with the bubble wrap? Do we need bubble wrap? June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkerson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Roy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Becker, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet McKay, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Eno Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Melly Miller, Halsey Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Doretha Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Audie Casey, Thomas Cofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mae France, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Hairston, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Jodine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erton Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, and Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Bond, John Dewey, Ruth Beer, Tim Butler, Raymond Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Baba Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker, Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Carwell Sr., Robbie Lee Carwell, Nevada Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rayshawn Easley, Javon McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Louis Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Alvin, Mazarine Coper, George Swan, Imania Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. We also have our black book, and in our black book, we have Joella Giles, James Carswell, Roberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis. We got Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shang Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damon Todd, Stina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Dermonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jepson, Ralph Mickens, Ed Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severn Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denise Goray, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khalid is in transition, also known as Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flynn, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gant, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Archie Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruth D. Lane Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Monger III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Harris, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Jasandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, L.L.T. Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny, Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan Hakeem and Comar, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Creamy Mackey, Victor Bowden, Drusilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White Talton, Roger White. What's going on? Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Desi Woods, T.L.R. Woods Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Jamara Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Nettie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samantha DeMond, Ethel Marshall, Steve Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Merle, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Merle, Sylvester Foster, James and Lizzie Winston, Abe and Julia Lawrence, Ozell Leathers Sr., Gladys Coper, Ozell Leathers Jr., Geneva Jackson, R.J. Lacey, also known as Toot the Don, Sarah Winston, Chris Kinney, Margaret Mentor, Mary Smith, Juanette Florine Stith Gibbs, Carl William Duncan Jr., Janet Callahan, Danny Hill, Miko D. Nice Hill, Andre Martin, Mabel Williams, Terry Brown, Teresa Biddle, LaVonna Kincaid, Carla Sawyer, Reverend Jesse Porter, Deacon Ezekiel Dennis, Brenda Porter, Craig Lee Jones, Granny Beulah, Papa Al Reasoning, Inez Smith, George Gamble Sr., Joseph Garrett, LaShonda Jamar, Leroy Raleigh, Mona, Yolanda Hunter, Yvonne Patrice Turner, Herman Reeves, Amanda Reeves, Josh Reeves, Lena Kate, Herman Reeves, Pam Johnson, Varen Reese Fisher, Jerry Jossa McCallop, also known as Mama Moon, Sheila Ann Lee, and Panchita Alba. Family, family, family. We did it again. We did it again. We lift up our glass and we salute our ancestors, upon whose shoulders we stand, upon whose wisdom many of us live, upon whose sacrifice many of us are surviving on right now. Right? Some of us are even able to make a living out of some of the stuff some of our ancestors did, right? So we lift up our glass. We salute our ancestors, our extended members of our families. Family, once again, part of our tradition. Start leaving a chair open for them at your family events. Leave a chair open for them, right? Make them a plate. Maybe get the youngest person in the room to go and make them a plate. You just set it there, right? When they get done, they get cleaned up with everything else, right? We lift up our glass. We salute our ancestors and we say, Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? We go to the present moment. What's popping off in the present moment right now? I want to give all of the Ujima born a round of applause. Let's get it. Let's get it. Shouts out, shouts out. Oh, I see your comment, Miss Harmony. I hope you're still there. Peace to you. Let's see. All right. So family, today we are on Ujima. Today is Ujima. Now, as I tell y'all every day, if you don't know why we call today Ujima, you need to take the free G&J e-course. That's right, free GNJecourse.com. Check it out. I know I just got done talking about how we underpriced, cause you know what I'm saying? Cause I'm really looking at that now. I might even be changing and getting rid of that one. Free, it ain't vibing with me no more. You understand what I'm saying? It's not vibing with me no more. You know what I'm saying? So get it while you can. Get the free G&J e-course while you can, family. I'm just saying. This brother I tell, I'm keeping it all the way real with you because I'm looking at what's going on. I'm looking at what we have to offer. I'm looking at the jewels that we are dropping, and I'm saying I'm undervaluing myself. I'm undervaluing my tribe. I'm going to stop that. And I'm going to advise you to stop undervaluing yourself. All right? But anyway, for those that don't know, I'll put it up. There we go. That free G&J e-course. Go on, check it out. Why it's free? Because in a minute it's just going to be called G&J e-course. We're going to take the free off, right? You know what I'm saying? But, or you become a tribal supporter. And everything that comes through Giami Journey, guess what? Guess what you get? Get a taste. That's right. You get it. All right, but anyway. Keeping it moving. Right now we are on Ujima. I'm asking everybody to open up your reticular formations, right? Open up those reticular formations. And if you would, family, if you would, every time I change screens is an event now. I'm loving it. But listen, if you would, activate your reticular formation and seek out, listen to me, seek out Ujima today. This is our mission. We're going to find Ujima. I want to see pictures of it. I seen one already because Ujima baby was celebrating, and she put on there hashtag Ujima. Hashtag Ujima born. And, you know, and I could have interpreted it wrong because a lot of people was like, happy birthday, sis. You know, and I was kind of laughing. I said, well, maybe I need to check and see if it's her birthday. But if it's your birthday, happy birthday. But if not, I know what you're talking about, right? Because this your day. She said, this is my day. You know what I'm saying? So people automatically assume that she was talking about her birthday. But this is literally her day, right? She own it. It's her day. She's a Ujima born. It belongs to her. She belongs to it. This is her day of power, right? On your day, that's your day of power, right? So I'm like, yo. So anyway, so also on Ujima, on today, for those who don't speak the language, Ujima means collective work and responsibility. Righteousness is the Hermetic law. Respect is what we teach in the M7. The color is blue, as you can see by my beautiful Daily Toaster shirt. And you also, you already know, do I need to say it? gnjmedia.live/merch, right? But anyway, blue vibration is the Hermetic law, and we kind of discussed those. But if we need to go a little bit more in depth, we could do that as well. We got male name is Kwaku, female name is Akua. So shouts out to Akua. We got 2 Akuas out there in the tribe. Give them a round of applause. All right now, let's keep it moving. We lift up our glass. We salute this moment. We uplift ourselves in this moment because this is our moment. And in this moment, we embrace our power. We embrace the wisdom of our ancestors so that we can go on and extend the space and time that they have gifted us so that we will be able to expand it for our future generations. All right? So we lift up our glass. And with that, we say, Ashe. From there, we toast our future generations, our children, our children's children, on to infinity. And we lift up our glass and we salute them, right? Because I'm excited to see what they will bring when the now is theirs, right? When they inherit the now from us. Oh, man. And I could wait, but when I become an ancestor, be shaking shit up. Shaking shit up. I'm going to shake it up in my life, but as an ancestor, I'm just saying, right? I'm lifting up my glass. We salute our future generation. We say Ashe. From there, family. From there, right? We move to all of our relations, and we lift up our glass. And, Elder Margarita said her oldest son is a Kwaku. All right. Oh, let's give him a round of applause. We lift up our glass, right? We lift up our glass. We salute all our relations. From all of our relations, we move to that selfish toast. What is it that you need right now in this moment to move towards your greatness, family? What is it that you need to move towards your greatness? We lift up our glass. And guess what we say? You right. You right. You right. We say Ashe. From there, family, move on. You already know. We started toasting our tribe. So, family, lift up your tribe. What's your tribe? See, I'm trying to get y'all to identify, right? What's your tribe? Ujima, raise up your glass. What's your tribe? Right? Salute your tribe, family. You know what I'm saying? Because I am nothing without the tribe, and the tribe is nothing without me. That's you. I am great because of my tribe, and my tribe is great because of me. It's a cycle. We work in a cycle. We work from social groups. And we got to go on, and a lot of this Western independent rugged bullshit that they be feeding us, we gotta get rid of it. We gotta get rid of it. Because it ain't there isn't shit independent about America. Everybody is either in tribes or gangs. And they controlling shit. All over the world. Control. You know what I'm saying? It's time for us to get in the game. Put on a grown folk clothes, and we're gonna have to get out there. But it's kind of crowded, and some of them is pretty big. But yo, we got to get in. We got to start swinging, family. Right? We lift up our glass and we say Ashe. From there, family, last but not least, I want to toast the most magnificent, the most marvelous, the most uplifting, the most outstanding, the most beautiful, and the wisest individual in the room. I raise my glass up to you, and we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, joy in 100 years. That's that cola in that. All right, hold on. So now what we about to do? We are going to go to the news scene, and we're going to share this real quick. We're going to read it together, and I'll give y'all time to think about it. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm gonna make my comments, but like I said, your comments don't have to agree with mine. Call-in line is open, 614-556-4535. Once again, the black line is open for discussion. There we go right there. There we go right there. So feel free to call in and rapitate with your brother. Let's go and talk about this Breathe Act real quick. So it's the Breathe Act. The Breathe Act is a project of the Movement for Black Lives, a 501c4 electoral justice project. Contact us at policy@n4bl.org. So, all right. So, first off, they're a 501c4, which means that they could do stuff politically. Ooh, impressive. Let's see. The Breathe Act, section by section. Section 1, divesting federal resources from incarceration and policing and ending criminal legal system harms. Okay. All right. Could be a little bit more specific there for me. All right. Investing in new approaches to community safety utilizing funding incentives. Investing in approaches to community safety and utilizing funding incentives. Okay. Allocating new money to build healthy, sustainable, and equitable communities for all people. I told you. Here, Digo, where you at? Come on out, Digo, where you at? Digo, come on. You know what we gotta do. You know what you gotta do. Yeah, I want to highlight. Come on out. Digo, web collector, capture, and annotate. Sorry, this extension is not designed to run on this page. Y'all gonna tell me that after I made payments, huh? Holding officials accountable and enhancing self-determination of the black community. So now this is the first time it gets specific all the way down. So enhancing self-determination of black, holding officials accountable and enhancing self-determination self-determination of black communities. So now the only time that it mentions black communities is when it's something that might be able to be done for free. But I don't know. I'm just talking. Y'all call in. Let me know. Maybe I'm, because I am a student of myth, legends, folk tales, as you know. And one of the lessons that you learn is about specificity. For example, we go through this all the time when we run into this. I always gotta give y'all this. Y'all know the story about the genie. Y'all, we associate it with Aladdin, but the genie is an ancient story. And the lesson of the genie is be very specific in what you ask powerful beings, especially wicked powerful beings. Because if you're not specific, they will use your wish to kill you. Understand, most genies, if you look at the history, most genies were imprisoned because in the Islamic tradition, they refused to bow to Allah. So Solomon had them captured, and as a punishment, he placed them inside of the magic lamps. Now, this story expanded to where in order for the genie to get out, the genie had to become a servant of whoever found the lamp and rubbed it 3 times to release him, or whoever released the genie. He would be a servant to them. Then it went to the 3 wishes. So now we got a being that not only hates humans, right, but is angry at God. It comes up out of here and it has magical powers and is able to fulfill your wish. It has to serve you in order to get its freedom. It don't like you. So it will trick you by giving you exactly what you asked for. So you learn in this story that when you're dealing with powerful things, especially powerful things that could destroy you, you have to be very specific. If we are dealing with government, we have to be very specific. Now, I keep telling people that people talk about a rising tide raises all boats. Let me tell you who the tide is in America. Your black ass, my black ass. We are the tide. So when we rise, everybody rise. That's the beauty of the position we in. You can't do good for us and it not trickles out and affect everybody. This is what everybody is fighting so hard to stop everybody from seeing. We don't want to give you reparations because it's not fair to the rest of America. Oh, is that so? I mean, I guess you really ain't talked to the rest of America how actual payments to ADOS in America would benefit the American economy. Who spends more money than us? We got least money than anybody. Who spends more money on more in many cases, forgive me, for more useless shit than we do? How many people gonna get new refrigerators? How many people gonna, you know what I'm saying? How many people gonna buy a house? Right? Might even buy the old house they living in right now. It's going to stimulate the economy and everybody will benefit. So this is why it's important that people need to learn to say our name. When you writing a bill, and you writing a bill for us, say our name and make people have to show us where they stand with us. Right? Okay, it sounds good, but where's the specificity? That's that's my first point. I'm gonna move on because I got stuff to do. I gotta move some stuff. All right. Section 1. Divesting federal resources from incarceration and policing and ending criminal criminal legal system harms. Now, if you do it for us, it trickles out and it affects everybody. No one has been hit harder by us, so why isn't our group name in there, but you have a picture of one of us holding a baby? Oh, because the name of it is Movement for Black Lives, right? Y'all ain't gonna get me with that. Now, y'all can miss me with all that, because like I told y'all, as we move through this, actually, they started off. We move through it. Everything that requires money, they don't specify. All right, the bill would eliminate federal programs and agencies used to finance and expand U.S. criminal legal systems, such as Department of Defense, 1033 program, the Edward Byrne Justice Assistant Grant Program, Community-Oriented Policing Services, the Drug Enforcement Administration, the Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Wait a minute. The Drug Enforcement Administration and Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Okay. See, that's why they don't want to get specific, because they slide another shit in there, but that's cool. The bill would ensure that non-punitive, non-carceral elements of these programs are identified so that they can be transferred to another funding source. Make recommendations to dramatically reduce the Department of Defense's budget. Directly make changes to the federal criminal legal system, including changes to the policing, prosecution, sentencing, and jailing practices. Okay. That have disproportionately criminalized blacks and brown communities, LGBTQI. What is IA? Somebody write it in. I don't know. They done added some more letters. It's LGBTQIA people, indigenous people, and disabled people. Specific changes included but are not limited to. All lives matter. Eliminating surveillance tactics that are disproportionately used to target black, brown, and Muslim communities by prohibiting predictive policing, facial recognition technology, drones, and similar tools. Eliminating the use of electronic monitoring, including ankle monitors, smartphone applications, and any other tool used to track locations. Ending civil asset forfeiture. Okay. Abolishing mandatory minimum sentencing laws. But this would be a good bill, right? I'm just saying, it sounds good, but don't slide it up under with the black shit. We need some specific stuff written for us in this time. This is not specifically for us. This is going to affect us, and it's going to affect a lot of people, which is good. But stop trying to squeeze shit in on our moment. I'm just saying. All right. Abolishing mandatory minimum sentencing laws. Ending life sentences. Okay. Abolishing the 3-strike law. Developing a time-bound plan to close all federal prisons and immigration detention centers. Repealing federal laws that criminalize human movement and border entry. Whoa. All right, they're criminalizing human movement. But what do you mean border entry? If you don't have a border, you don't have a country. But somebody with more of a legal mind than mine wrote this. Okay. Further repealing and replacing the 1994 Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act, which would act with non-carceral, non-punitive investment in communities and decriminalizing and retroactively expunging drug offenses. Okay. All right. But that's not a black bill. All right. It includes black life. It includes all lives. This is going to make a lot of people's lives better. So here we go. Section 2, investing in new approaches to community safety utilizing funding incentives. So this goes to, and I'm sorry, so we eliminate all that. What are we going to do about it? So here we go. Investing in new approaches to community safety utilizing funding incentives. The bill would create federal grant programs that incentivize decarceration and subsidize non-punitive community-led approaches to public safety. Such grants will make grants to local jurisdictions so that they can make and implement tailored plans to decarcerate their jails and or defund their police forces. Offer a 50% federal match for projected savings when states and local jurisdictions close detention facilities, including but not limited to local jails, state prisons, and youth prisons, and incentivize state, tribal, and local governments to make specified changes that shrink their criminal legal system and in return provide federal funding to make non-punitive, non-carceral participatory investments in community. I'm going to have to think about this. All right. So this is going totally no jails. They saying no jails, family. This bill is talking about no jails. Can the church say amen? How many of y'all, you about to go? Oh, you can't wait no more? I thought you wanted me to take you up to the store. Because I got to go to my mom's anyway. Give me a couple more minutes, please. I just wanted this church to say amen. But we all know somebody that needs some prison time. Now, we do know a bunch of innocent individuals that are in the prison system. Yes. Yes. But we do know some need to be in. So what we going to do about it? So let's see. Maybe they got the solution down here. Because some community, some neighborhood programs are not going to work. But maybe we'll have enough money as a community to be like, yo, homie, you can't play on this block no more. State, tribal, and local police policy changes incentivized under the grant program includes but are not limited to the following: banning pretextual stops and consent searches. That means that's like they can't stop you for a broken tail light or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, pretextual. That means it's oh my God. Removing police, armed security, metal detectors, and other surveillance equipment from schools and government offices that provide social services. Abolishing state gang databases. Eliminate all fees and surcharges within the criminal legal system and forgiving outstanding court debt, reducing a financial burden that falls disproportionately on black women. Ooh. I mean, I'm kind of excited here, but this ain't reparations. You know what I'm saying? But hey, hold on. Decriminalizing and retroactively expunging state drug convictions. So if they're going to expunge all state drug convictions, then they need to go and throw legalization of drugs into this whole piece. So maybe that's in here. I don't know. Because why expunge the record if it's still illegal? All right. Categorically eliminate misdemeanors and pay only probation. Until ICE and CBP are fully dismantled, any state and local police entanglement with immigration and custom enforcement, ICE, customs, and border protections, and all federal immigration enforcement agencies, repealing all existing state juvenile offenses, and banning the use of police agencies as tools of political repression. If states are selected as a recipient of the grant program, funding must be used to fund non-carceral interventions that improve community safety and are selected through a participatory process. Selected interventions may include, but are not limited to, transformative justice and healing justice programs. Violence interruption and intervention, including in domestic violence situations. Abuse interruption, intervention, and prevention. You have to well train some people. Because you got to be well trained for that. They talking about interruption, family. So, park redevelopment, street lights, and other infrastructure, neighborhood mediation programs. Neighborhood mediation program, supportive housing, new accessible methods of processing 911 calls that reduce unnecessary contact between law enforcement and community members. See, now defunding the police does not mean getting rid of the police altogether, but limiting their power and limiting what they do. Safe passage to school programs. I don't know what that is, but we need to check that out. Funding for, I got a good idea. Funding for community-based organizations that provide voluntary, non-coercive health services and healing supports for communities so that they can recover from exposure to violence, abuse, or harmful interaction with police, and employment opportunities that benefit formerly incarcerated individuals. Now, they, because we, in the ADS 101, we call for, because we got some issues, mental issues that we need to really deal with. So we need some lineage therapy. I think that's what they call it. Section 3, allocate new money to build healthy and sustainable equitable communities for all people. Let's see. Maybe we can build this paradise. Let's see. Nice color. Color kind of give me hope. How that color make you feel? Somebody go, color kind of hopeful, right? Allocate new money to build healthy, sustainable, and equitable communities for all people. The bill would establish a grant to promote educational justice, which incentivize jurisdictions to make specified equity-focused policy changes, including. Are y'all on your computers? Y'all doing your time? All right, because I was planning to take you over to Jasana's house. The pool is out. Oh, okay. Authoring their school funding formulas so that there is funding equity between schools. Good luck with that one. All right, creating a clear time-bound plan for closing all youth detention facilities within the jurisdiction and replacing these facilities with community-based rehabilitation-focused continual care, and removing police, school resource officers, ICE probation, armed security, metal detectors, and other surveillance equipment and practices from school. Provide resources for programs and investments that include but are not limited to developing curricula that examines the political, economic, and social impacts of colonialism, genocide against indigenous people, against indigenous people, and slavery. I take my slavery with capital S's, buddy. Providing voluntary, non-coercive wraparound services that meet students' social, emotional, and physical needs. Promoting innovative programming to better support foster youth as well as children of incarcerated parents. Providing free, high-quality health services at schools and or nearby student and family-focused centers, which services include reproductive body autonomy, providing, Publix is going to have an egg on that one. Providing full and free access for all people, including those who are undocumented, currently incarcerated, and formerly incarcerated, to a lifetime education. What? Providing full free access for all people, including those who are undocumented, currently incarcerated, and formerly incarcerated to a lifetime education. Now, because I understand the undocumented piece, but y'all need to go on and streamline so that they could become citizens, because it don't make no this whole borderless society shit, that's not gonna work. I'm not for that. You know what I'm saying? I did, you know, I had to get my family over here, you know what I'm saying, and take them through all the goddamn steps. So I think everybody that come here, you know, should go through some type of vetting and some type of process to become an American citizen. Or, I mean, shit, or I'm going to just keep on coming. I'm just saying. Modernizing, renovating, or repairing facilities used by public schools. Establish a grant promote environmental justice, which incentivize states to make specified equity-focused policy changes, such as creating a clear, time-bound plan for ensuring that all communities have public access to safe, clean water for housing, drinking, and food production. Creating a clear, time-bound plan to ensure that all communities have access to breathable air within the EPA safety limits. Creating a clear, time-bound plan for meeting 100% of the state power demands using clean, renewable, and zero-emission energy sources. So now we got the green people on here too. So there's the blacks, the browns, the LGBTQIA. There's the environmental people, undocumented. Provide resources for programs and investments that include subsidizing community-owned sustainable energy. Solutions including projects by community-based nonprofit organization, funding climate resilience in communities so that they can prepare for climate change-fueled disasters such as hurricanes, floods, and wildfires that are exacerbated by human fossil fuel consumption, and funding to support, build, preserve, and restore cultural assets and sacred sites, especially sites and land belonging to indigenous community. Forgot the indigenous community. Okay. Breathe. The Breathe Act. A lot of oxygen is leaving the room. Establish a competitive grant to promote health and family justice, which incentivizes yours. All right, listen, hold on. Y'all gonna read the rest of this. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna read it in private because it's expanding and expanding and expanding. Maybe they got something in here about I don't know. I'm gonna read it. All right, here we go. All right, cool. Let's go up. I was getting frustrated, family, because it's growing and growing on me. It's growing on me. Incentivizes jurisdictions to make specified equity-focused policy changes, such as expanding Medicaid as offered under the Affordable Care Act without work requirements or any burdensome administrative requirement during enrollment. Medicaid for all. So, okay, Bernie Sanders. Create an alternative to terminating parental rights, including guardianship agreements and procedures for reinstating parental rights. Eliminating state laws that bar formerly incarcerated people from serving as guardians to their own children or others in their community. And ensuring all communities have convenient access to sources of healthy food. Provide resources for programs and investments that include, but are not limited to, food cooperatives and urban gardens, paid parental and sick leave, comprehensive high-quality child and elder care, and creation of comprehensive health centers that offer culturally competent services for all people, including services related to reproductive health. Establish a competitive grant to promote economic justice. It said economic justice, let's see. Which incentivizes states to make specified equity-focused policy changes, such as valuing the labor of black and brown women by extending employment protection for workers, including domestic workers and farm workers who are in industries that are not appropriately regulated. You know, this is using for cover Black Lives. So this should be called Covered by Black Lives. Because I'm starting to see the pattern now. All right? I'm really starting to see the pattern now. All right. Establishing the right for workers in public and private sectors to organize, especially in on-demand economy jobs, and establish a living wage pegged to inflation and eliminating sub-minimal tip wages. Yeah, so much for it. All right. Provide resources to program investments that include but are not limited to establish job programs that specifically target the most See how the language expanding? Establish job programs that specifically target the most economically disadvantaged individuals, including groups that disproportionately include black, cis, and trans. Cis and trans. Help. What is that? Cis and trans women. Help me. What is it? And is there cis and trans men? Formerly incarcerated people, undocumented people, and disabled people. Pilot programs for universal basic income. Baby bonds programs, including a rep preference for communities that were specifically targeted by redlining, and starting up funds for establishing worker-owned cooperatives and businesses that are being started by individuals who are formerly incarcerated. Establish competitive housing infrastructure grant programs, incentive jurisdictions to make specified equity-focused policy changes, such as authorizing state funds to expand the affordable housing supply. Change local zoning laws so as to allow multifamily unit construction and ban exclusionary zoning laws. Provide resources for programs and investments that include but are not limited to modernizing and expanding the stock of affordable housing, providing quality assisted housing, creating tax relief programs to help individuals who are facing potential displacement as a result of rapidly increasing home value, gentrification, supporting the development of community land trusts, make direct federal investment in equity. All right. They just lost me. So this is basically a reparations for all. Hidden under Black Lives. So in a sense, it's sort of like we in a battle. I got you outgunned. You shoot me. You take my body and use it as a shield to get you to where you want to be. This is what I'm seeing here. Not that I'm opposing any of this, but all this shit needs to happen after we get specific stuff for us. Now, I stopped reading because I got very frustrated because I'm looking at this and I'm seeing that the language expanding, and then they start using terms like universal income, which, once again, I'm not opposed to after you handle the debt for reparations. Deal with us and the rest will fall in line. Period. It's simple. But hold on. Let's go, because I'm skipping past all that, because none of this economic thing deals with the wealth gap. It provides free government services that will make your life better and make it a little bit easier, but it does not deal with the wealth gap, an expanding wealth gap. As a matter of fact, maybe I didn't read far enough, but there is nothing in here talking about how this is going to do with the wealth gap. They're going to give you free medical. You know what I'm saying? Why, you know, you're going to live comfortable. You're going to have a nice couch. You know what I'm saying? But you're not going to be able to go see the motherland because you ain't going to have no money. I'm just saying. There's a wealth gap. Holding officials accountable enhances self-determination of black communities. The bill will require Congress to acknowledge and address the lasting harms that it has caused, specifically through passing, all right, cool, all right, maybe this is where I need this, maybe this is where I needed to jump to in the first place. Passing H.R. 40, which we don't really need, but okay. Establish a commission that designs reparation for mass criminals. Establish commissions that design reparation for mass criminalization, including the war on drugs, the criminalization of prostitution, police. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm feeling used. All right. Ensure democratic, fair, and secure voting processes that are free from racial discrimination, voter suppression. It didn't push forward. Look, passing H.R. 40. Now, family, I want y'all to recognize this. It wants to require Congress to acknowledge and address the lasting harms that it has caused, specifically through passing H.R. 40 and, hold on, and establishing commissions that design reparations for mass criminalization, including war on drugs. All this anti-tribal nations and systematic violation of U.S. government treaty for obligation to tribal nations. So, pass the commission to study your reparations, but then at the same time, pass other commissions to study other groups that deserve reparations. Family, this is not for us. This is not for us. We really need to I'm glad I read this shit because I was giving now it's getting the side eye because this is some bullshit, right? Nobody needs to be talking about reparations before us. Nobody. There's no, not at the same time. Motherfucker, get at the end of the line. Wait your turn. Wait your turn. All this shit is using black folks for cover, using black struggle, black pain, black death as the sacrificial lamb that they're going to take, that they're going to be able to use the blood to ink this shit out and take it and place it before Congress. Is BS. It looks like they've done something. It is nothing. Thank you. And I hope your family is well, Brother Robert. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting up here like, God damn. So they done took everything from a progressive agenda and packed it up in this. We got the Green Act. We got universal income. We got Medicaid for all, Medicare for all. And then they gonna, to top it off, you know what I'm saying? We like the cheese on the top of the dish. You know what I'm saying? It's like you cover the rest of the dish. It's a surprise when you bite down in this motherfucker, right? Come on, man. And family, don't get me wrong. I'm not against this. What I'm saying is that they are using what's going on now, and they're using us once again. This lets you know. He says, pandering to get votes. This lets you know how they respect our community. This is insulting. They're going to use our community to pass something for everybody when there is a specific This is why I told you when you go before the genie, you have to be very specific in what you ask for. Especially when the genie want to destroy you. And we will help, we'll jump, we'll cartwheel, we'll get this shit passed, and we will still be catching hell. Oh my God. Enfranchising all formerly and presently incarcerated people, federal elections. And like I said, a lot of this stuff I'm cool with. I would love it. Let's do it. But first, can we take action on what is the country's primary debt right now? Right? After COVID-19, I can wait till after COVID-19, but y'all, they got to approach me with something. I can't. I'm about to text these motherfuckers back and get my name up off the list. I heard the thing. I heard reparations. I said, okay, cool. I'm gonna check it out. Let me check it out. I'm glad we checked it out together, family. Make sure you like and share. You know what I'm saying? And even if you don't like what I said, like and share the document, because I shared a link on the site. But this is some bullshit to call it, for Black Lives. This is why we need full-time. This is why we need full-time workers in our community, because if I was too busy, I would have forgot about this on Kuumba to actually do family. Don't fall for it. We cannot fall for it. I don't care who blackface they put on this shit, right? I don't care. This is not for us. Yes, we can support this after they do for us what they supposed to do. But yo, this is Brother Hot Tim. I done held you up long enough. Damn. All this time, y'all ain't been seeing it. Oh my God. I am so embarrassed. Let me go and make sure y'all get a look at what it looked like. Nobody said nothing. Y'all was just enjoying me just sitting up here talking to myself. I'm so embarrassed. But go and check this out, man. Oh my God. So I wonder if it's y'all didn't see it for the whole time, huh? Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Well, it is what it is, family. Listen. I want to thank y'all for checking us out. Damn, that's embarrassing. Lord have mercy. Let me leave you on this. And I will catch you later. I gotta get some stuff for moving. So yeah, I'm out. Peace.
Too. It can be on the record, off the record. It can be on the record. I heard Bob Johnson said he's talking to the higher powers, I guess the government, about our reparations. And I guess the numbers that they come up with were about 3. Name is Saul, here in Ngozi, Northern Light Shopping Center. You want more than just a nice cut? Good conversation, good vibe, good music. Come see me at 3512 Cleveland.
I am a genius. My ancestors were geniuses. My ancestors have made me a genius in all that I think, say, and do. I must declare myself a genius. I am a genius. Whenever I am myself, I practice my geniusness and do great things. All my thoughts, choices, and deeds must express my geniusness.
I am a genius. My decisions must always be in the best interest of myself, my family, my people, and my God. Only then will I and everyone I know that I am a genius.
I am a genius. At all times, my geniusness must reflect my culture. My geniusness must serve my God. My geniusness must make me be one in love and harmony with my family. My geniusness must protect my people. Yes, at all times, I must demonstrate excellence because I am a genius.
The African Heritage Diet consists of 6 lessons. Lessons where we reach back to our African heritage to find culturally appropriate health and wellness practices that help us to move forward as a people that are whole in mind, body, and spirit. Lesson 1 is herbs and spices. Lesson 2 are greens. Greens is the widest part in the base of the African Heritage Diet food pyramid. So many greens should be consumed. And as you move up the pyramid, those are the things that you consume in lesser proportionate amounts. Whole grains, lesson 3. Beans and rice, lesson 4. Tubers and mashes, lesson 5. Lesson 6, fruits, vegetables, and a healthy lifestyle.
Women, but the most important goddesses were black, not just for the African now, in the civilization of the Greek. The Greek was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of chastity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva. The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of the Greeks in the Odyssey. The woman who draws, who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her, is Circe, who is represented as a black woman with African features on the Greek vases. The woman who helps Jason win the golden fleece is a black woman, Medea. The woman who marries Perseus, the Greek hero,
to have melanin embedded in our skin is a gift.
Oh my gosh, when I say too black, you say too strong. Too black. Too strong? Yeah.
We were born to be great.
Oh my gosh, when I say too black, you say too strong. Too black.